What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to further discuss the things that were shown off during last week's Halo Infinite gameplay reveal. Honestly, this game has me so excited. As you probably know, I am beyond ready for Infinite to come out. Now I did react to the whole show on my Twitch account, so if you're interested in watching the highlight, I will leave a link in the description to the YouTube upload. And if you want to see me go live with Halo and other games, I will also leave a link to my Twitch account in the description below so you can catch me the next time I go live. But back to Halo. Guys, I am absolutely in love with what we have seen so far. I love the art style, I love the gunplay we have seen, I love Big Daddy Chief. It's just all looking really great. Now, I know there are some concerns on textures and how the game looks on a technical level, and I feel those concerns are warranted. That being said, am I worried about that? Actually, no. I have full confidence in 343's ability to put out a visually impressive game. I know how many people feel about 4 and 5's campaign story and gameplay, but when it comes back to visuals, I have heard nothing of the sort that says it was not exceptionally produced and a fantastic visual quality. There are rumblings that the game for the demo was running on an unoptimized PC that was used mostly for debugging, that the game demo shown was a super old build, and that COVID made it hard for us to get a newer one, but honestly, none of that even really matters to me. I know 343 knows we expect a top-notch game that will showcase the world's most powerful console, and even more so, what Microsoft expects them to do with that hardware as well. So long story short, I'm not worried at all. I know any sort of visual glitch or imperfection will be godlike by the time it comes out. So what exactly am I worried about then? Well, like I said earlier, it has nothing to do with the visuals, but everything to do with the story. You see, I am a huge fan of Halo 4 and 5, and while I dislike some stuff here and there, mostly having to do with Cortana turning into a villain, the stories besides that are overall something I really enjoy. Even if they aren't exactly like the Bungie Halos we grew up with, I like 343 Halo in its own right. I thrive on focusing on what I love, rather than taking apart the things I dislike. Because as I've said before, I adore every Halo game for different reasons, and the stories are something special to me as someone who has grown up with the series that you and I both love. Even if I disliked those stories in whatever fashion, I would probably still have this main concern. And while I will talk about several concerns within this concern, the big one is this. I am worried that the Reclaimer saga will not be concluded in this game in a satisfying way. And like I said, this worry encompasses several worries inside of this main concern. I'm worried that the public reception of Halo 5 scared 343 into not even touching the story beats from that game. I'm worried that all the characters disliked by the majority are just going to be killed off screen and summarized in the first cutscene of Halo Infinite. I'm worried that Blue Team is going to be killed off in the same way for the sake of a quote-unquote Chief-centered story. I'm worried that the spiritual reboot that is Halo Infinite is more of just a regular reboot, that the last 20 years of Halo games, books, shows, and other media are about to enter a shadowland of obscurity and be completely undone. But alright, let's dissect all of this and break it down one piece at a time. Let's be rational about this. First, let's talk about where this worry even stems from. The worry comes mostly from this clip right here.
I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the Banished.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered.
Now I know that what we do know about Infinite is probably so out of context and insignificant compared to the entirety of the game, but to me this all looks like Infinite's main conflict will be centered around fighting the Banished, and the conflict of Halo 5 and the Created and Cortana went as quickly as she came, and it will be swept under the rug. Now, as I've said in previous videos, I love the Banished. I am so down to have them come into the mix with Halo Infinite. What I don't want is their appearance to be so abrupt and out of nowhere that the entire game is just the Banished and there will be no resolution for the conflict we have seen in the last two games. The Banished have such a high potential as a faction to fight against that I know that they can easily become new favorites and stand on their own as villains for the series. But that still doesn't mean I want it to come out of nowhere. Remember when the Spartan Ops in Halo 4 introduced the threat of the Didact's hand being led by Jewel Mandama, and then he was killed off in the first 5 minutes of Halo 5? Yeah, I don't want that just on a larger scale. Jewel was such a small villain in my eyes that I didn't care a ton when it happened, but if it happened on a much larger scale with Cortana and the Created, then I'd be a little worried. Yes, we do know that Cortana will still be present somehow. She can be heard in the 2019 E3 Discover Hope trailer, in this soundbite that was found hidden away via a QR code in that same trailer, which I will play for you now.
This is part of me. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it is me.
But her being present doesn't answer my concern of that whole conflict just being washed away. Then there's the issues of a certain Team Osiris being killed off. We have seen toys of Tanaka, which is a little comforting to Osiris fans, but still the only other thing we've seen from Osiris is a potential spoiler, which I don't want to go into any deeper in this video than I already have. And when it comes down to it, toys don't always mean actual leaks, I understand that. Brian Gerard had this to say on Twitter about the supposed leaks. While we unfortunately had toy leaks earlier this year, products appearing now are all expected and part of the roadmap. We wouldn't intentionally spoil key game details, so don't read too much into anything. Not every collectible is a literal tie-in to the game, so that pretty much erases any relevance the toys had. I mean, heck, this toy has Chief with a Buzz Lightyear jetpack. We know something that outlandish would never happen, right? Well, okay, it might. But when it comes to Team Osiris, I do feel like some appearance indicates at least somewhat of a return. I know they aren't everyone's favorite, but I would love to see 343 take another crack at it with these characters. I don't want them to just fade away into obscurity. I want these characters to have another chance. I mean, heck, we still need Buck around at the very least. Speaking of fire teams, there is no indication of Blue Team's appearance in the game either, and if you have been watching my videos for a while, you know I am a huge Blue Team fan. I know that their appearance in Halo 5 was kind of jarring to some, considering fans who only play the games had no clue where these other three came from. But as a reader of the books and graphic novels, I was so stoked to see them there. So for them to be gone in an equally abrupt fashion would be so weird in my eyes, hence why I'm so excited for the novel Shadows of Reach coming out in October. It seems like this book is going to focus heavily on Blue Team, which I would absolutely love. If they use Shadows of Reach to kill off Blue Team, I would be so sad. I would hate to see these characters die off considering we just got them back. If they aren't in Infinite, I hope this book explains at the very least where they are. I can see them being on their own special fight right before Infinite starts, or maybe even stranded somewhere. But even those possibilities, I don't know if I would like either. I just really want them in the game, guys. I honestly don't even know how I would do it. If Blue Team weren't in the game, I just don't know how I would write the reasoning for them not being present. That's why I'm glad that this mantle of responsibility falls on the shoulders of the writing team. And I guess that's what it all boils down to, right? I believe under the right story team and good writing, anything is possible. They have to make the fans believe that whatever creative decision and story beats they make are believable. That characters do what is believable for certain characters to do given the circumstances. But despite all of my worries listed here in this video, I feel like the positives outweigh the potential negatives here. I wanted to create at least one video where I'm authentic and expressing my concerns with this game, because I don't want anyone to believe that I'm just shilling off for a product and I'm suffering from blind consumerism. I really do mean when I say I believe this game is going to be spectacular. I am beyond hyped for it. I know this video kind of focuses more on the negative side of things, but as hyped as I am for Infinite, I want you all to know that I have feelings on both sides here. And to those of you who have similar voices or different worries altogether, I think if there is anything to take away from this video, it's this. Halo Infinite comes out in just a few months. What we are worried about, however big or small, could be a thing of the past in the twinkling of an eye. So with that, let's get hyped. I think 343 has taken enough feedback from the fans, and their team that they have assembled is more than up to the task, and I for one can't wait for it. Now I want to pass off the discussion to you. Is there anything you are worried about with this game? But also, what are you excited about? I always love sharing in the positive vibes with you all, so let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, if you enjoy this video and enjoy what I do here on the channel, be sure to click that like button as it does help out a ton. And also go ahead and click the link in the description to follow me on Twitch. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope to see you next time. And until next time, I'll see you online. VanillaSoup out.